I just got one question for Gillie and Wallo, right? How you get $100 million and your kid is still in the hood? Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Hold up. How do you get $100 million check? Why is your kid still in the hood? You explain to me how Wallo and Gillie got $100 million worth of gain. For everybody else's kid, you can see the downfall of Young Thug, but you couldn't see your son.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here, and man, there are a lot of just negative energy out there right now, man. And the devil is working overtime, as the Christians would say, right now. Man, the preview that you just saw is from a man called Hasan Campbell, Hasan Campbell, or something along those lines. And he's talking about Gillie the Kid and Wallo. They are podcasters, and Gillie the Kid's son just passed away. He was murdered doing something. I don't know the details of it, but he was murdered recently, and this man, Hasan Campbell, had the audacity, the nerve, the unmitigated gall to go on to his show, onto his live, onto his stream, wherever the heck he's recording this combat Afghanistan video, and to try to talk down on these guys. I don't even know what the beef is about, right? And I'm not usually one person to I never usually take sides. I just kind of give my little commentary. I never mind, oh, this guy's right, this guy's wrong. But there's some times when you have to just kind of say, all right, this is out of pocket. And the comments this guy makes are extremely out of pocket. Right? The man's son just died. Let it go. Whatever you hating on, whatever you don't like, let it go. It ain't time. Bro, you have beef with him. You don't have beef with his son. So for you to have his son's name in your mouth is wild to me. It's just out of pocket and extremely wild to me. And the irony is that what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, oh, you guys preach nonviolence all your life. Look at your own house. In your own house, your son has gotten himself into a situation and he lost his life. I don't know how to explain to this man that even though you want the best for other human beings, you want the best for your children, you want the best for your family members, you can't control anybody's actions. That's something that you have to come to grips with. Their podcast could be called $1 billion worth of game. But if nobody's listening to it, if people aren't receptive to that information, then it might as well be 0 cents worth of gain. And that shouldn't be something that should have to be explained to a grown man who has white in his beard, right? That's not something that should be explained to a grown man who looks like he's going to hunt for Osama bin Laden, right? That should not be explained. but I have to explain it to this man because things that he's saying just don't make any sense. You have $10 million worth of game for these people. You got, yes. The same way you can take a horse to the pond, but you can't force it to drink. I can bring you all the water in the world. I can bring you all the food. But if you don't want to eat, I can't force you to eat. I can't force you to drink the water. I can't force you to, I can't. So for you to sit up here and try to use what they do, which is probably one of the most positive podcasts on YouTube, and for them to get their $100 million, which is not, it's not close to what those the things that they do and what they're that they portray. It's worth way more than $100 million. $100 million is penance for what they're doing for the community, what they're trying to do for the community, right? The message that they're trying to spread. They're not spreading kill each other type of nonsense all the time. They're not, that's not what they're not doing the drug. They're going around telling people, yo, put the guns down. The things you're doing, the actions that you're taking, they're going to lead you to this destination. He was telling Young Thug before Young Thug went to jail, the guys you're keeping around you, the things, the way you're moving, it's going to land you one place where I've been. That's jail. Right? Trying to give people game for real. And because of some hate, some problem you have with them, you willing to open your mouth and just talk about somebody's son like that. That's why this internet age to me is extremely wild, right? Like, I'm so lucky. Like, a lot of the people from my generation, we're lucky that we weren't born in the proliferation of this internet. The way the internet is today, if it was this way when I was growing up, I don't know if I would have survived it. Like, yo, there would be some footage of me doing some wild stuff. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, we used to be wilding back in the day, right? And nobody could have told us nothing. What are you talking about? We knew everything. I knew it all. And I don't even know if that was the young man's modus operandi. You don't know the situation of what happened. But you didn't have a problem with his son. You didn't know his son. Did you ever talk to his son? Y'all ever picked up the phone? Y'all ever texted? Y'all ever did anything? Right? But you trying to blame the dad for it. I'll never understand it. This is never going to be cool. This is never going to be like entertaining. Like, if you're doing it for entertainment, shit's not funny. Like, it's not cool. You look stupid. Like, you sound stupid. I hope you know that. Like, and I hope people look at you like a freaking clown or a bozo, bro. Like, this is crazy.
I just got one question for Gillie and Wallo, right? How you get $100 million and your kid is still in the hood? Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Hold up.
Like, just because you're doing hip hop, like mannerisms and movements, doesn't mean like what you're saying is real. You are like, that sounds stupid. Just because you got $100 million, why are you in the hood? Bro, you literally just named every rapper since the beginning of time, you doofus. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's well known that most rappers reside where they were originated, where they got famous. Like, it's familiarity. Like, that's what they're familiar with. That's what they know. That's where their family is. That's where their friends is. Like, so for you to be like, how are you going to get $100 million and your son's still living where you grew up and where you were raised? I'm surprised. What? Bro, you're a grown man who doesn't have like common sense. Like, that's what it looks like. Like, you just don't have like the rational capacity, like the rationale, right? Like you haven't fully formed any of these ideas and you're just talking out of your ass, bro.
Hold up. How do you get $100 million check? Why is your tent still in the hood?
Okay. He got $100 million check. So
explain to me how Wallo and Gillie got $100 million worth of gain. For everybody else's kid, you can see the downfall of Young Thug, but you couldn't see your son in the street getting his snot box rocked with all that jewelry on. Like he was in a moving target. I don't even understand this. But I really, really do.
Like I said, this guy is a complete and utter clown. Just a complete and utter clown. So I just think that, there's just some things that you don't do. Like, there's just some things that, like, people just don't find sacred anymore. And that's the day and age we're in, where that's the kind of video that guy chose to make today.
A triple shooting and only kills one person and sends 2 other people to the hospital. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ross Matei is live for us this morning at police headquarters with the very latest. Ross.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, we know that 3 people were shot, and one of them, a 25-year-old man, was killed. And Philadelphia police believe that that victim is the son of famous Philadelphia rapper turned podcaster Gillie the King, but they are still trying to confirm that at this hour of the morning. The shooting took place shortly before 8:30 last night, just right near the intersection of Masher Street and Nedrow Ave in Philadelphia's Olney section. And when police got there, they found 2 shooting victims about a block away from there. One man had been shot in the back and another man shot in the leg. Police took those 2 to Einstein Hospital, and they...
Man, Philly's rough, man. Like, the thing is, man, a lot of these major cities, they're rough. You think, oh, it's just Chicago. It's not just Chicago. It's Chicago. It's Detroit. It's Philly. It's New York, right? It's Maryland. It's DC. It's Baltimore, right? It's Memphis. Like, a lot of these bigger populous areas. Hey, man, it's rough.
A third shooting victim showed up there on their own. The 25-year-old who was shot in the back was pronounced dead at 8:39 p.m. The other 2 victims, a 28-year-old and a 31-year-old, were both shot in the leg. They're both in stable condition, expected to be okay. Police are still trying to track down who shot these 3 men and why.
We don't have a description of a shooter or shooters, nor do we have a motive for this triple shooting homicide. We did find some private surveillance cameras in the neighborhood, so hopefully these cameras recorded something that could help us with this triple shooting homicide investigation.
You see, triple shooting homicide investigation like that.
Now, I mentioned that the 25-year-old victim who died may be the son of famous Philadelphia rapper Gillie the King. Police were told by many people at the scene that that is in fact the case, but police are still trying to confirm that. We can confirm that Gillie's son, who is also a rapper and goes by the name YNG Cheese, did die last night, and that's based on a number of social media posts like this one. Gillie's cousin and podcast partner Wallo posting on Instagram, quote, "Lil Cuz, usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you."
All right, I'm not gonna let him read that because that just sounds weird coming from him. So you ain't allowed to read this, bro. All right. So he said, "Lil Cuz, usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you. Tonight, the pain in my heart and tears spoke to you. I love you beyond life, Lil Cheese. I got your father. Rest well." Man, that's tough. Man, the one of the toughest thing as a parent has to be to bury your child. Because you're not supposed to outlive your child. And I think that's what a lot of people realize is like, man, when something happens to your kid, like with the LeBron situation, like, yo, that probably puts a lot of things in perspective for people. It's like, yo, nothing's promised, right? Like, so we should always, right? Always cherish those moments with the people that are close to us. Remember that the people that are close to you, man, you gotta love on them. You gotta tell them you love them. You gotta tell them you care, because, man, you never know. You never know what could happen. You never know what situation, we could find ourselves in. A lot of the times we think we're invincible, and we're untouchable, and we're completely safe. And this universe, this world has told us time and time again that there's nothing safe. There's nothing that is written in stone. There's nothing written, that everything is subject to change. If it's told us anything, that our life is chaos, and us traversing through it is how we try to mitigate it. Living through this is coping with it, is us forming these bonds, right? Because life can be so chaotic, and crazy things can happen, and weather can take people, and your body can betray you, and you can be in a situation where you're not supposed to be, or you can be in a situation where you didn't know, and you're accidentally taken away from your family, like Takeoff, like a stray bullet. It wasn't even intended for him. So just remember, man, your loved ones, they're not going to be there forever. As much as we like to think that we're always going to be here forever for each other, our time here is relatively short in the grand scheme of things. This planet is going to outlive us all. And, for the time that we have, we should use that time to appreciate the bonds that we share with one another, rather than seeing the differences and pursuing those differences constantly. It's your boy Ty. It's Contentious Conversations, and I apologize for the speech, and I'm out.